Hi again, all. Welcome to another episode of I Got No Clue. Okay, I'm going to try and get this right. Hi folks, welcome to Blue and Gold Talk. This is a video on this channel that discusses just about anything, and what I'm going to talk about, guys, is I'm going to just talk about the Sabres again, and of course, but I'm going to talk about how do you guys feel about the season? Really, how do you honestly feel about the season? I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't think Tage is going to get 50. If he does, I'll be thrilled. I think he's lost his touch for about a month now. I really, I don't think Olofsson's a keeper. I think we got to move Olofsson, guys. I do. And I know a lot of people get, their feelings hurt when I talk about like moving Olofsson. He's not doing nothing, okay? So stop pretending that this guy's helping us down this stretch. He's done nothing. Yeah, he scored a few goals. What was it, in a 10-4 loss? I mean, come on, come on. We need to get gamers. This guy's not a gamer, Put the pressure on, and Olofsson's in the kitchen doing something. He just doesn't show up. So come on. So I think Middlestat. I'm ready. I'm open-minded about keeping now. I'm open-minded. I want to move Jokiharju. I do. Jokiharju was another one, and I was impressed with him last game at certain points. I was, I'll say it, I was, but I don't know. I'm looking at guys that we can get some value for, because we have to move guys out to bring guys in, folks. Don't think we can keep, Gergensons, Okposo. You want to keep these guys, if all again, you really want to, seriously, or do you want to bring up some new blood? You know what I mean? I want to bring up Savoy, Cooley. I want to bring up Coolidge. These guys we want to bring up. So I think it's time to even look at, I was impressed with Rusick in his game. Come on. So I think we have to, make some roster spots open in this offseason. I do. At least 4 or 5. I think we have to move out the old and bring in the new. We just do. And some of you won't like that, but it's the reality of the league, guys. It's what the league is. What did they say in Field of Dreams? James Earl Jones talking about, you wipe down the board and you put it and you make a new plan again. And that's what we're going to be doing this offseason. Won't be the same team next year, guys. You know that. It won't be. There'll be guys gone. So how you feel now about the year? Was the year a good one for you? Was it? For me, it's been a little disappointing, not because of the close, because I expected to hit into the 90s in points this year, and we're going to barely scratch into there if we even get there. All the signs show that we're going to be early 80s. We're going to finish this year. So it might not. I mean, the Sabres could get on a roll, right? They could all of a sudden just go zoom, and we're in the playoffs. If we get into the playoffs, this is the question, We got to check out Devin Levi, folks. We got to know what we have here. We can't burn a year of entry level because we're going to throw in Comrie every night. Comrie's not going to play next game. And for me, guys, the UPL experiment, I'm at the end of it too. I'm almost at the end of that too. UPL is too inconsistent to be a starter. He's just too inconsistent. And I want to see what Levi has to offer. I do. I'm sick of waiting for something to happen with somebody that's 24 and nothing's happening still. His numbers are bad. His save percentage is bad. His goals against average is bad. And yes, I know he's been on a team that left him out to dry, but great goalies still manage great numbers. Ask Dominic Hasek. Ask Patrick Waugh. Patrick Waugh wasn't always on a good Habs team, folks. There was some lean years over there. So we got to look at realistically what we're going to do this offseason. We can't just sit pat and say, oh, well, the boys got better and they all want to play in Buffalo, so we better bring them all back. No. They're going to move some guys out. I'll tell you right now. So I'm pretty much. I'm probably going to make a video when the season's done. I'm sure I can easily pick 5 names. I don't want to pick on Bryson, Bryson's one of them. I mean, there's no point in picking on these guys. I mean, some players just don't fit in with certain teams. And I find Bryson just doesn't fit in. He just doesn't fit in on this team. I've said it since I practically started this channel that we got to move him. you know, and I've been pretty much saying that about Olofsson at certain points too. Like there, you know, and of course I got a lot of slack because most of you believe when you look at Olofsson's goals. But guys, if you think goals are the only things that you got to look for, then why aren't we in the playoffs if we're one of the highest scoring teams in the league? You know, please tell me, why aren't we in the playoffs? If we have one of the highest scoring teams in hockey and goals are all that matters, why aren't we in? So there's a lot we can look at, guys. There's a lot we can look at with this team that can improve. I mean, defensive play, we got to get some real players, okay? We got to get some guys that have a Dylan Cousins doppelganger is what we need on this team. That's what we need. If we could find 3 more Dylan Cousins out there, we'd be a playoff team right now. I'll tell you right now, we would. It's that simple. You know, I mean, but problem is you got to pay each one of those guys a ton of money. So that's not happening either. We got some contracts we got to move. Olofsson's brutally overpaid for what he brings. And I was afraid of that contract. You know it from the start. I was afraid of that contract. So I'd like to move him while there's some value. Okay. GMs out there aren't the brightest. They'll look and say, oh, look, this guy could get like 25, 30 goals, and they'll take him, and then he'll go over there and get 12. You know, they won't catch on right away. Maybe. So I am hoping that's what we can do that there. I think there's still value in Middlestat. I do. I know Charlie hates that, but it's true. There's still value there, Charlie. There is. You know, the guy is, he has no close to his game. I'll just keep saying that from now on. He has like the Afinogenov syndrome. Maxim Afinogenov, folks, could have been like a 125-point guy in the NHL if he had any clothes. The guy had no clothes. Anytime he's on a breakaway, remember, I would think it's like 25% chance he might score, you know? Whereas Mike Bossy was on a breakaway, I wouldn't even want to look if it was against Buffalo because I knew it's going in. There's certain guys that have clothes, and I don't know if Middlestat does. I just don't think he has hustle. He's passing better this year, but when it comes to even some of his passes have been bad. You know, I don't know. I think I would be open-minded to him moving too, guys. I'm open-minded to about 5 or 6 of this team getting them out of here, bringing up 3 or 4 new guys, 3 guys from the minors. And a few of the goalies got to go. UPL, I would trade. I would move them. I would now that we got Levi signed. I would. But, you know, they probably have him in the long-term plans, maybe. Maybe. I know Levi's in their long-term plans. That's obvious. But I don't know if UPL will ever be more than a backup goalie. I just don't know what I've seen. You know, he comes out with good games, but he never 2, 3, 4 in a row, you know. Not good enough. So, and he's old enough now. He should be, guys. He should be. You know, he's not 20, 21. He's 24. So he's old enough now. There's a lot of things I could go over that drive me nuts about the team. I'm happy with the year. That's really the thing, though. I'm just giving you my take on some of the things. I'm happy with the year, folks. I am happy with this year. It's been a fun year. There's been fun times. There's been good streaks. They've given us some crazy nights where, you know, like Tage's 5-goal night, for example. Like, there's just so many memories I can take from this year that are positive, you know? And the one glaring thing with the team we know is that they need to up their physical game, and they've got to get better defensively. We know this, you know, but I mean, got to keep in mind, it's like we got to go in the offseason and maybe address this aggressively. You know, we're not just going to get Greenway, who hasn't really shown it yet, anything. I mean, I'm happy with Stillman. You know, I think that was a really good. That's a good one. I don't know why he did so poorly in Vancouver. This is a good player, and Tyson Jost. You know, there was some really smart pickups. Adam Scott's a good eye for hustle. He's got a really good eye for it, so I trust him there. Let's hope in the offseason, guys, that we go after a bit of grit. Okay, we need some grit on this team. Even if some of them are like 28, 29, 30, it's okay. You know, to have some cops around the team to protect the kids. It's not a bad thing. But we're going to be bigger and stronger next year too. Let's not forget. You know, we're going to be a year older next year. We'll be just as young because out goes Anderson and Okposo and the Gergensons, I'm guessing, are going to be gone. I'm guessing. And then we got the youngsters coming in, you know? So, you know, if Okposo stays, it better be for league minimum. If this guy even gets $1.5 million, I'll be upset. Okay? No, league minimum. Kyle, you made enough money off this franchise. That was a bad contract. You know it. Please, if Adams is nice enough to keep you around, do the right thing. Take league minimum. You don't deserve a penny more the amount that you made in the last 7 years. Please, you know, enough's enough with that. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to rant a bit about this. I'm just wondering how you guys felt about the season overall. I mean, regardless of what happens. You know, regardless of what happens, if we miss, let's say we miss by 4 points this year, are you satisfied with the year? You should be, I think, you know, as frustrating as it is. I think we should be pretty happy with the team this year because they were pretty much competitive all year and they were like the worst defensive team in hockey. Really. Yeah, we can look at goals against and look at Anaheim, but really, I don't think anybody's as bad as Buffalo, guys. When it comes to defensive play, we're really bad, really bad. But we've shown some signs. Look at the game, you know, against the Islanders. You know what I mean? We've shown some signs. So that I'm kind of jumping on that too down the stretch. I'm going to really put a lot of focus on next year, the way they close this season, guys. I said that to you last year. I'm going to say it again. I'm expecting, if this team's for real, they're somehow going to unite and finish strong. We'll see if I'm wrong, because all the signs say they're not going to do that. But I want to see if they do, you know? All right, I'm tired. I'm done. I'm going to throw these videos out to you guys. Sorry it's so late. I just got in. I was vacuuming rugs all day, guys. See you later on, guys. Have a good one.